Hello, and welcome to this collective message for the collective on the channel. Manifest wisely. I hope you're manifesting wisely today. I've been very productive so far, so I feel like I am manifesting wisely. I've given myself a pat on the back. Yay! So, and sometimes you just need a little pat on the back to get you going to begin with, right? Say, attaboy. Now, what do we have for the collective here? Got some swirling energies. There's a half moon. Currently, is the moon phase. Waxing. So, I'm not sure. Alexa. I think I unplugged her. I don't know when the next full moon is. Let's see if it says on my handy dandy calendar over here. Looking like we're getting into July. The buck moon. It's going to be a super moon. No wonder. On the 3rd of July before our American Independence Day. So, it'll probably be kind of bright for fireworks a little bit with the moon. The buck moon. The buck stops here. You ever hear that? Because it does. When it's at your feet, it's at your door. I mean, you're the one who's the decision maker, right? As an adult, right? So, where are you gonna go? 7 of Swords. Yeah, away from garbage. Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Oh, where do we go? Oh, where do we go now? Knight of Wands. Flirtation. Infatuation. Somebody could be infatuated with you or showing you some flirtations. Potentially somebody that you were in a kind of situationship with and you got part of this, kind of whatever this is, right? The 7 of Swords. Your collective, you are moving towards the safety zone, whereas this person is here kind of like coming up into you, and that's because maybe you're looking good. Maybe you went to the gym today. Maybe that was one of the things that you got accomplished. And if that's the case, pat yourself on the back. I can see the 4 of Wands sitting right down here. Now, what else we got for this collective, please? You may say I'm a dreamer. Yep, Page of Wands. Freshening it up. And that would definitely be needed after a 7 of Swords. And the thing is, you don't want somebody to be getting fresh, right? That's what the Knight of Wands is about, wanting you to get fresh. Now, this may be Spirit asking you to take a fresh approach when you receive this message, because the pages are messengers. So this could be somebody that you know. This could be somebody you don't know even. It's kind of like don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Okay, so maybe this message is coming from somebody you don't know and you're like, what? I don't understand. Like, why is it relevant, or why is it making sense? Just don't try to overanalyze that part of it. Same as kind of like tarot here, take what resonates and leave what does not. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. Yeah, grow your abundance, okay? So that message right there, grow your abundance, okay? You're like, well, that's not what I was thinking about. Okay, fine. But, it's still a good message, okay? So I think that's what Spirit's asking you to focus on here when you come up. Especially if you are feeling distracted by this Knight of Wands. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries type stuff coming through. And the outcome, please, the 10 of Swords. Now there's a doozy. From 7 to 10, let me count the ways. The thing is, collective, I feel like for most of you, and I'll say most, that we learn our lessons, don't we? And then we keep we keep this stuff. This is what okay. This is more, I feel like the message what I'm getting is, it's not that you want to repeat the cycle, but it's just that you're still like in the, well, how do I get out of it type thing. Okay. And that's why you need a fresh look at these messages. Okay. So, you know, maybe you're somebody who's like, well, I want to heal, but I don't know how. Okay. Well, so I'm in this Ten of Swords. Like, I'm in so much pain. Like, I don't even know how to talk about it, to communicate. Okay. Because swords are about communication, right? And you know, our intelligence and knowing better. Okay. So knowing better also means doing better. And when we do better for ourselves, then we can actually reach the limit of the Ten of Swords and say, I'm never going to be doing this again. Right. And I feel like that's more kind of where the energy that I'm getting off of this versus oh no, here we are repeating this karmic cycle. And then here I am in the outcome of feeling, you know, dumb and defeated, right? Don't know what to do, don't know where to go. He's literally laying here like a lump. Like, yeah, don't want to do that again. All right, let's get a quick clarification. Kind of feeling it here. On the Seven of Swords, please. And how'd you get to that Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands, when you're like, oh yeah, I can do it. Just give it to me. I'll do it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're like, fuck. Why did I get myself into this? Yeah. Okay. And you found out it was a Seven of Swords situation. It was not honest. It wasn't, you know, say factual. There were some, you know, like strategic things going on in the background that you didn't know anything about. You know, grossness. Here it is. Yeah, High Priestess. She's like, yeah, can't fool me, buddy. You know, whatever this was that was hidden from you, you followed your intuition, collective, and I would say appropriately at this point, yes. Okay. So, you know, the Magician's number 1, the High Priestess is number 2. 2 being in union with yourself as well, okay? So as you're on a journey of self-discovery, remembering who you are and how you wear your wisdom is going to be relevant. So not just any Knight of Wands is going to do it for you, right? Isn't that the case? But somebody's got a fire here burning for you. Oof, the Nine of Wands could be a Sagittarius. Somebody who I feel like not necessarily a wounded warrior, but like wants to, like the Jack White song, the Will You Fight for My Love, that one. Somebody who's willing to go the distance. And that's the good thing about the Nine of Wands is like you're almost to the end of that journey. You know what I mean? It's just like you just got to keep pushing, and it's like you've come so far. And it comes right after the 8-2, which is like one of the best, you know, newses ever, right? You know, when you get that 8 of Wands and things are happening fast, and it's like, okay, well, maybe things got a little tumbly and tumultuous during that time. Things happening fast. You got a little bump on the head, okay? But you're still standing, right, collective? Yes, indeed. So much that you got all this Knight of Wands up in your face. Holding the big shtick towards you. Okay? Look at the big brain on Brad, you know? Sometimes it don't have to... Exactly. Thank you. You all know what I'm talking about right there. I don't even have to explain myself, and I love that. So I thank you. And I thank you. Didn't have to love me, but you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you, yeah. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's kind of like you're potentially taking a step back, collective, and saying, is this something that I want to even consider, right? Because you're like, I've been working on it, you know, I'm not to the 10 yet. You know, like, am I going in the right direction? But remember what I said, Spirit saying that it wants you to take a fresh look here at the message that you're receiving, okay? So, one thing here is that with this Knight of Wands, somebody may be wondering, collective, if this Seven of Pentacles is going to be enough for, you know, how they present themselves, okay? Because they still feel like they have work to do. Like they recognize that they have work to do. And that's why they're coming here as a knight, all right? And something just flipped over here. I got to pull this out. Ace of Swords. So whatever this message is, it's going to be one that it could be brutal, but it also could be very truthful and helpful, okay? So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius as well. This person could be. Something about love. I want to say that somebody wants to tell you about some kind of love. Leo. Maybe it's love for a Leo. Strength. Whatever it is, this message, it's a big message. So again, it might not come across how you think it's going to, right? Because it's coming across looking like this Page of Wands. But again, focus on the content here, okay? Some of you could be entertainers. You could do something on some kind of social media, you know, such as reading, such as maybe you make other kinds of videos, travel videos, whatnot. 10 of Swords. Clarifying now, getting ourselves out and never back to. Hanged Man. Pisces. Striking 12. Pumpkin Time. 10 and 12. 2 and 2. Yeah, the High Priestess knows when it's time to move on, right? The Hangman. So I think that's kind of clarifying this 10 of Swords here that I was talking about, where it's like, I don't want to do this again, but I don't know what else to do. So then it's like, well, now I'm just stuck. Okay, and that's, again, another outcome that you're wanting to prevent, collective, right? Now, if this is a temporary arrest, then the Hangman's doing his job, you know, more like the Four of Swords. So, Chariot, Cancer. So, also with the Hangman here, whatever type of healing that you are, you know, approaching, just recognize it might take, you know, a little bit longer than you thought, you know, in the outcome, but rest assured it will continue to lead you to the place that you need to be. Okay? And you're also going to be backed by the truth here. Okay? Okay, I think I will do Three of Swords. Yeah, this is in your rear view now. Hurting over the receipt, right? The receipt not being reciprocal. mean, too much competition. Nobody wants to feel like they're in competition all the time, do they? So you've recognized that the healing has needed to happen before. Could have been dealing with an Aquarius or a Capricorn. Eight of Cups came out on the previous reading, so if this is resonating with you, you may want to check that one out. Let's do a Moonology here, since we are at the half moon phase. Waxing. So, Cancer, Pisces, Leo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Some Sagittarius now. I need to shift these more. Adjustments are required. It's the same card that came out as the last one. It's like sometimes, you just got to do a little extra shuffle. Just get it nice and cleaned up, Those were the days, indeed. .com. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Bam! Scorpios are. Jesus. So, that's the thing. If you know Scorpio, a lot of times they're not really afraid of anything. Right now, getting into our shadow selves, though, is something that Scorpio is very good at. Okay, getting into that dark side. So, if there's something that happened in these situations here, okay, that you didn't like about yourself, it's not about what the other person was doing, but if it's something you didn't like about yourself, for instance, say you're having a disagreement with somebody about something and you ended up like cursing at them or something, and it's like, ugh, I don't like doing that to people, right? And maybe the person wasn't really saying the bestest things, but maybe it's still something that's just not how you want to behave. Okay, so it's taking that and working through your fears of like, how am I going to be able to get to where I want, recognizing, because sometimes the Seven of Swords is like a blockage. Okay, so, and especially related to your chakras, if you have any kind of blockages, those could be related directly to your fears. So, and specifically for the root chakra. Okay, so the base, your root chakra is, that's your food, your shelter, and you could even say love, in there. But just very, very basic stuff. So, and when you think about it, it's like, well, if you don't know how you're going to like pay your bill next month or something, like you could have that fear, right? Like, oh no, what am I going to do? Right? Well, working through those fears is going to help you. Okay. Actually working through them. Don't just ignore them, right? A Scorpio does not ignore, right? They address and then they move on, right? So just like the little scorpion, you know what I mean? They're either going to sting or they're going to step to the side and then they're going to keep going. Okay, and you have to decide how you're going to do that too. So maybe, one of these, maybe it's this around this truth here with the Ace of Swords. And sometimes those are bitter pills to swallow when we don't like the truth that we hear, right? Okay. So, let's keep going. Get another Moonology card for this collective, please. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. I saw the Hermit on the bottom. I have Virgo in my chart using Western astrology, but using Vedic astrology, I don't have Virgo, I believe. Anyway, That was just kind of random, but your North Node is part of your astrological chart, and your North Node is kind of like where you're going. Your South Node is where you've been. So if you want to figure that out, definitely go on the internet and check out the different systems of astrology, Vedic and Western, and find your North Node and see what resonates with you. Now, for some of you, that may specifically mean with this well, it is the Knight of Wands, but then you have the Nine of Wands here, and it's like, I'm feeling still kind of sketch, right? Well, stepping outside of your comfort zone may be required, okay, to, focus on continuing through your abundance. And maybe part of your abundance is recognizing that you can have a little bit of fun along the way. Correct? Okay. Now, let's get a little bit more guidance here with the Moonology deck for this collective. Please subscribe, like the video, drop a comment if this resonates with you. I always enjoy reading the comments. Although lately I haven't been able to see them in the app, so I feel like I can only do that on the laptop. It's time to take action, Aries. Talk about some fire. You could have some fire in your chart, some Aries. I want to say steadfast rule breaker kind of thing, but it's just that it's so strong that it's and I don't want to say that Aries are reckless, but it's just so strong that it's just like it has to come through. And that's kind of how strong. Remember when I was talking about how this truth is going to be? It's going to be like really, really powerful. And I feel like somebody collective is going to be taking action on that. And it could be this Nine of Wands here coming towards you. Oh my goodness, this dog and her whining. I know, it's terrible. Oh my, I need to get going. I have an appointment. Yikes. Okay, yes, thanks for the reminder. One last card, please. Oh my, confidence is your key to success, New Moon, Leo. Confidant. Do you have a confidant, collective? Cancerian energy, again, is that kind of comfort level of being with somebody. So I'm going to call out for the twos in this, even like an angel number 2. So I have 2 Leos, I have 2 Lions here, and then the High Priestess is 2. So there's my 2, 2, 2. All right. I hope you enjoyed this message. Your hard work's paying off. Keep it going, collective, and manifest wisely. Bye-bye.